Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos. I'm walking into 924 Hinman, number 1B. This is a really nicely updated one bedroom. And we're walking into the living room, which is really a big room. You can hear my voice echo. From the front door, you can see just a sliver of the bathroom. There is a closet in the living room. And if I turn to my left, there's a dining area that is contiguous with the living area, and you see just a sliver of the kitchen. So I'm going to walk in just a little bit and give you a full view of the living room. There's an air conditioning unit built in. The window that we're facing is facing the building next to us to the north, but there's also a second window that faces east onto Hinman. Heat is baseboard heat. You can see that under the air conditioner. Beautiful hardwood floors. And this room is probably 17 feet or more long by 12 feet or so across. So it's a very large room. The AC unit looks brand new to me. Looks like it's never been used. And I would say that's accurate. So that's really nice. The view out the northern window isn't special, but it is private. The east window, like I said, looks towards the lake, which is out onto Hinman. This gets good morning light for sure. And looking back, whoops-a-daisy, we see just how big this room is. So this is really a nice size, one bedroom, nice big room. We'll check the closet when we head into the bedroom bath area. But let's check the dining area. So contiguous to the living room, again, if we look at the front door and turn to the left, we see the air conditioner. And if we turn to our right, we've got really what amounts to a nice size. You could easily get a 6-person table, maybe more, into this living area. And it's defined by that light. Gotta be 10 feet across, maybe a little less than 10 feet, maybe 10 feet long and 8 feet across. Nice and big. It's a big space. Like I say, you can get a very good sized table in there. And from the dining area, we go into the kitchen, which was just redone. So this is a nice kitchen. Again, the baseboard heat. The windows are facing north. So again, we're looking at the building. We've got some built-in cubby holes over there, which would act like a pantry. More cabinet space along that wall. It comes all the way around. And if we go below, we see great countertop. That's granite countertop. A brand new dishwasher, more cabinet space. A brand new stove, microwave, and a new full-size fridge. The back door will lead you down to the laundry and parking. So I hardly even know how to describe. Let's start by the back door, because here's where we came in. So if we went to the left, we have the back door. See, big cabinet space, a drawer, which is brand new. All of this is brand new. The underneath cabinets are very deep. So they're good for pots and pans, small appliances, bowls, that kind of thing. Again, we have granite countertops, so that's stone. Lots of outlets. This is a 3-foot cabinet, which is great. And inside, you see there's an outlet, which is also great. You can see they've got a charger there. So, and the charger actually comes underneath. For some lighting. There's actually a little bit of lighting underneath. There you go. More cabinet space up there. Fridge is probably about 5 feet 8 inches, but it's wide. So you have a big freezer, 2 shelves on the right. Nice, clean, super clean. It's brand new. Cold cut drawer, a couple of crisper drawers, butter dish on the right, more shelves on the right. And again, it's new. Again, we're facing the building next door, but it's private. You see the building, not a lot of view, but it is very private. The floor is a sort of a slate tile floor, so it's a ceramic tile floor. There you see the storage I was mentioning, which could be used as a pantry. Full-size stove, brand new. We still have the wrap on it. That's that blue tint. It's a 4-burner stove. Actually, it's a 5-burner stove. So if we lift this up, we see another burner. Never been used. Totally new. Inside actually is visible all the way to the back, so you know it sparkles. Above, we still have the wrap on the microwave. You see the plastic wrinkles there. We open it up. Nice size, squeaky clean. More cabinet space. So just an enormous amount of storage in this kitchen. And it's a big kitchen. You can easily get a couple of people in here. Again, we have lighting underneath the cabinets, and you can see the little remote control there. Cabinets above the kitchen sink. Beautiful faucet here with a hose attachment. And of course it sprays. So make doing dishes very easy. Great water pressure, we just saw. Underneath we know is going to be dry, so you can use the underneath as storage as well. Then you have good counter space around the corner here. Let's see if I'm in focus. And a couple of outlets, which is really nice. More cabinet space underneath. Some drawers on either side of the sink. If I open up the dishwasher, you see that's brand new. It made a little squeaky sound. The remote, the controls are on top, so you don't bump into them. We've still got the blue cover on it, which we will take off. In the corner, we have a deep cabinet, again, for bigger things like pots, pans, Keurigs, could be just about anything. The drawer I showed you over there, but it's pretty much the same. We've got some drawers. The cabinets over the counter space, in the corner we always have an extra deep cabinet, which is good for the larger plates. Otherwise, these cabinets are the same. They're just, instead of 2 feet, they're pretty close to 3 feet. So you have 4 shelves about 11 inches deep each. And we've got one more over here. So you're not going to run out of cabinet space, no way. You have great counter space, which is really nice. It's a nice big kitchen. Beautiful new appliances, which is awesome. So you could easily entertain in the kitchen. And then you have this beautiful new fridge with more cabinet space there. And again, the flooring is really nice too. Come out of the kitchen, take another look at the dining area, into the living room, which is that big room. As we turn to our left and go deeper into the apartment, we take a look at the entry closet, which is 4 feet across easily, and maybe not quite 2 feet deep. You have your electric panel in the closet, shelf and hanging bar, and it does have its own light fixture, so that's helpful. So there's a nice big entry closet. We'll walk past that. The bath is between the 2 bedrooms. We'll go into the first bedroom, which is a big bedroom. You could easily get a queen-size bed in here. It has its own air conditioner. That window is facing west. There is, again, the baseboard heat and 2 closets. So let's just look west for a second. There's a look at the air conditioner. This is the parking lot for the building, so parking is typically available. Again, you're facing west, you get very good natural light. We have 2 closets, both have light fixtures, and both are about the same size. This is probably about 5 feet across, and again, not quite 2 feet deep. Hanging bar and a shelf. This is not quite as wide, Yeah, maybe close. Maybe 4 feet across. Whoops, did I lose you there? I might have lost you there. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get into focus here. There we go. So about 4 feet across and not quite 2 feet deep. Shelf and a hanging bar from the closet. You see how big the bedroom is. Again, you can easily get a queen-size bed, end tables, and a sitting area in this room. So that's super nice. Okay, we go towards the second bedroom, but before we get there, we get to the bath, which has really just been remodeled, and the linen closet, which is more good closet space. Lots of shelves. Now underneath, because they've been redoing the bath, you see that little cutout area for the plumbing? That will be sealed up. Don't let that scare you. Turn around, look at the bath. The bath is actually gorgeous. We've got a lighting fixture in the center of the ceiling. We've got lights over the mirror. We've got an outlet. Beautiful tank toilet. New flooring, which is ceramic tile. Nice new pedestal sink. The shower area has all been retiled very nicely. It's just squeaky clean. And of course, the water pressure is awesome. So it's just the hot water draining nicely. Medicine cabinets you've seen before, which is nice. But you do have the lighting directly above. So 2 sources of light is really nice. The shower heads, the lower one here, the shower head itself is probably about 6'2", but you do have a wand that's up much, much higher. So the shower is a little bit more sophisticated than most apartments. You can see the tub is squeaky clean. There's a hand bar in the tub area. I'm going to turn on the water, and you can see it's just pouring out. Let's check the shower real quick. Okay, it's coming out the wand for right now, although that can be adjusted. You can see the water pressure is amazing. So we'll shut this down, and shut that down, and everything drains right out. So it's actually a beautiful bathroom, very light, very fresh tiled. Everything in it is fresh and clean and ready to go. So we come out of the bath, and the second bedroom is a little bit smaller than the first. So you could do a queen-size bed, but you couldn't do as much furniture. Have an older air conditioning unit, but if anything were to break, it would be replaced immediately. Again, the window is facing west onto the parking, and really basically the area, this is right between Judson or Hinman and Chicago Avenue there. Nice big space, baseboard heat. Ceiling fan, which is really nice. And if I stand right in the center of the room, you can see just a sliver of the living room and a nice big closet here. Terrific natural light. And again, this room is probably the smallest room in the apartment, but you still hear my voice echo. Big closet here. This is probably 8 or 9 feet long by just under 2 feet wide. So nice big closet space. Again, if we look at the room, so as we see, it's very much big enough for a queen-size bed, end table, and a sitting area. So 2 good-sized bedrooms, new kitchen, new bath. This is a big bedroom. Huge living room. Whoops-a-daisy. Dining area. This is a great apartment. That brings us back to the front door. Thanks for watching.